Hello everyone and welcome to this week's video announcements. It's the first video announcements of the 2025-26 church year. So good to be back with you all in this way. We've got a lot going on. So I will start with a little construction update because I know that's top of everyone's mind. And hopefully you've gotten our mailing, so you've gotten this update already. But if you have not, or if you want to hear it again, we are still actively under construction here at the church, but things are moving towards completion, which is great. We are moving back to our church campus this weekend. So this Sunday we'll be at the 58 Lowell Street campus. Our sanctuary is not quite ready for us. So we're going to have a couple weeks, at least September 7th and September 14th. We are going to be out in the Grove Street parking lot. We're going to do some outdoor worship. So far it looks like great weather for both those Sundays. So hopefully that holds up. And it'll be nice to just be back in our own space, even if it's not our sanctuary space. We are hoping September 21st we will be able to worship in our sanctuary for the first time. But we can't guarantee anything because you know how these things go. But we are moving towards completion, which is amazing. And lots of work has been done. I will be giving tours on after church on the 7th and the 14th, September 7th and 14th. So if you come to parking lot worship, you can stick around and I'll be doing some tours of the construction and you can see what has been done so far, and I'll tell you a little bit about what's still to come. But we are moving back to our church campus, which is so exciting. This Sunday is our water communion in-gathering service. That is how we mark the start of our new church year. It'll be led by me and Sadie and our new ministerial intern, Michael. And if you haven't met him yet, I'm excited that you'll get the chance to meet him this Sunday. As I said, we're going to be in the Grove Street parking lot, which means things will be a little bit different. We are going to have a Zoom option. I will say that the quality will not be as good as usual. So we're going to do our best. We're working on a setup that will get you sound the way you've been getting it from Riviere. Probably the big thing will be the camera angle is just going to be really, really wide and boring, unfortunately. But just a couple weeks, and then we'll be back to our really robust system in the sanctuary. If you are coming in person, which I hope you are, it's always delightful to have you in person. Just a couple notes about parking. One is that obviously the Grove Street lot will mostly not be available. So inside the fence will not be available. Outside the fence will be available. We are going to mark the four spots that are on the side closest to the church as accessible parking. So please don't use those unless you need accessible parking. That will be what those spots are reserved for. You can also, of course, park all along Grove Street. There's parking. You can also park across the street at Margarita's. That's probably the place where I would recommend most folks go. The Lemon Street lot is still closed, so don't head over there. Although you can park on Lowell Street. You'll just have to come around the back. So street parking on Lowell Street and Grove Street and the Margarita's lot are going to be your best bet unless you need the accessible parking. Then come to the Grove Street lot for sure. It is our water communion service, so I invite you to bring some water from someplace that is special to you to share in our water communion. And of course, we'll have extra water if you need it. And it's an all ages service, so everyone will be together out in the parking lot. And I think it'll be a really lovely Sunday. So I hope you will join us for parking lot worship and construction tours this Sunday. After the service, in addition to the tours, the social justice team is meeting. They'll be meeting in room 6 here at the church. They always welcome newcomers and would love to have you join them. They meet at 11:30. They usually go for about an hour, a little more than an hour sometimes. And they are going to be talking about our social justice work for the upcoming year. And later in the afternoon at 2 p.m., our Green Sanctuary team is going to be hosting a hike. And all the details for that were in the newsletter, but it looks like a really lovely hike. And if you need the details, you can feel free to reach out to Dick Woodhue is organizing it. But all the details are in the newsletter. That's on this Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. So I talked all about this Sunday, which is great. But just to back up for a second to tomorrow, so I'm recording this on Tuesday, September 2nd. Tomorrow is Wednesday, September 3rd. And at 7 p.m., our Racial Justice Working Group is going to have their first meeting of the year on a Wednesday, not a Sunday. At 6:30 p.m., it'll be in room 6 and on Zoom. And I'll put the Zoom link in the comments so that you can access it. And that's another group that is always looking for new folks. They work on all kinds of different racial justice work, including immigration work and work with connecting with our local NAACP. So they'd love to have you. And again, that's 6:30 on Wednesday, September 3rd. We have some choir members, so we usually wrap up by 7:30. I am still looking for folks for Smooth Sunday teams. I still need a bunch of folks. We've got them about half filled. So if you are up for helping us make our Sundays run smoothly this year, please sign up. Basically, Smooth Sunday teams are in charge of being the greeters for the service. They're in charge of hosting fellowship hour, so making coffee and tea and often bringing food, although you can decide whether or not you're going to bring food, and then cleaning up from it all. And then one person is a rover who makes sure to keep our hallways safe and be available if anyone needs them. So if you're up for being part of a Smooth Sunday team, we'll give you all the instructions. You don't need to know anything. I'll put a link in the comment to where you can sign up. We need at least 15 more people, so please consider signing up. Our faith formation for children and youth starts again with chapel on September 14th. That is going to be led by Sadie, and then workshops will start the next Sunday, September 21st. There is going to be a volunteer training on September 13th from 3 to 5 p.m. at the church. If your kiddos are going to be part of Faith Formation this year, please do register them. I'll put the link in the comments for that. That really helps us know who to expect, and it helps us have the information we need about your kiddos. So please register them, even if they're going to be in the child care room. It's helpful if you register them. We have a couple of specific programs that are happening this fall. There's a kindergarten, first grade, Our Whole Lives class that's going to be meeting Sunday mornings starting September 21st. And there is our coming of age for 8th and 9th graders is starting September 21st as well. That goes from 4 to 6 p.m. Both of those are really wonderful programs. There's more information. If you want more information, reach out to Sadie. And you just have to sign your children or youth up on that same faith formation form. We also have covenant groups starting up this fall for adults. These are small groups that meet once a month on various days. They meet once a month for conversation around our theme of the month and for personal sharing as well. And they open up to new members every fall. So if you're interested in being part of a covenant group this year, you can register. I will put a link in the comments where you can sign up. And if you have any questions about covenant groups, just reach out to Sadie. One of our members, Kevin Ross Emery, is going to be leading a series of 3 discussions on the book Daring Democracy, which is all about why democracy matters, which is something, we need right now. They're going to be on Mondays from 7 to 8:30 p.m., September 23rd, 29th, and October 6th. And he'd love to have you join him. I'll put a link in the comments where you can sign up for that. A couple of community justice trainings coming up, both on September 20th, actually. There's an active bystander training from 9:30 to 11:30 at Pilgrim UCC. That's here in Nashua on September 20th. I'll put the link in the comments with more information and the registration for that. And there's an Organizing 101 training up in Manchester, hosted by the Granite State Organizing Project. And it's in the afternoon on September 20th. I will also put a link in the comments with more info about that. And October is when a couple of the organizations that we do a lot of work with do their big fundraising dinners. So one is the MICA Awards Dinner. This is the Granite State Organizing Project's fundraiser, annual fundraiser. And it's a wonderful evening. They give awards to people in the community who have embodied the MICA Do Justice, Love Mercy, and Walk Humbly. Have embodied that quote. And we have an awardee from our congregation again this year, which is so exciting. Kate Messner is going to be receiving a MICA award. I'm really excited to honor all her work, both with us and with the larger community, with this award. And I hope you will join us to celebrate her and all the MICA awardees and to support the Granite State Organizing Project. I have purchased 2 tables of 10 people. We usually fill those up just fine. And if you would like a ticket, let me know. The tickets are $50, and I will. You'll just pay that to us because we already paid for the tables. So if you want to join our UU Nashua tables, we would love to have you. I will, for now, just reach out to me by email if you're interested in joining. And the NAACP has their Freedom Fund dinner. This is the Nashua NAACP. Oh, sorry. The MICA dinner is on October 5th. October 5th at the Puritan Conference Center in Manchester. It's at 5 p.m. We'd love to have you there. The NAACP is doing their Freedom Fund dinner October 17th. That's a Friday evening. It's at the Nashua Country Club. And we are sponsoring it again as a congregation. So we put some congregational money towards sponsoring it. And we would love to have a great group from UU Nashua. We have in previous years had a good group. So if you want to buy tickets to that, I'll put a link in the comments where you can do that. Whew, okay, that was a lot. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. So glad to be back doing video announcements. They'll get shorter, I promise. And I really hope that I will see you this Sunday for our Water Communion in-gathering service.